Hey guys, how are you? It's your girl Nicole, also known as Coach Glamour. And today I'm going to talk to you how I use my makeup hybrid with 3D foundation and Demi. Last night I did a reel and I got such a great response in my inbox about women asking me how to cover this dark spot, okay? A lot of women get dark spots past a certain age. Sometimes it's hereditary, sometimes it's aging, sometimes it's sun, sometimes it's hormonal. So different reasons, but the point is we want to cover it, right? So in the past, I've had a spot here. I had it removed with cryo. So right now, this is brand new, literally weeks old, baby. And we're going to work on covering it. Now, I can use the 3D foundation to cover it. However, I get better coverage where it completely disappears when I use the Demi. Okay, now, for those of you who are new to Demi, Demi is a color theory makeup. So think of your face has different colors in it. It has yellow, it has greens, it has violets, it has reds, it has blues. And that's because the veins in our faces, it might be because we have rosacea, so many different reasons. Well, this filters it out by placing it in the darkest areas of that spot. So for instance, with this spot, the darkest part is kind of like a little bit of blue and a little bit of green. Okay, so to get rid of it, I gotta think the opposite of the color wheel. Let me see, I had a little tiny color wheel on my desk and I think my daughter, I think she took it. I think I had it like literally right here. Where are you, color wheel? Anyway, I have it in my mind. Okay, so that's the thing with this. If you're going to try this, it is a learning curve. So the first couple of times, you're just getting used to it. But afterwards, you're a pro. You'll know the color wheel by heart. You'll say, okay, this has blues and greens, so I'm going to use oranges and reds. And that comes in levels. Like this right here on top of this is just going to look red. So for instance, because this has a lot of blues and greens, I'm going to take our brushes. These brushes are designed for Demi. And for this spot specifically, I'm going to be honest with you, I mix. Because when I do this one alone, it doesn't do it. So I mix these two. This is R05 and 03. So I take a little bit of R05 and a little bit of 03. And I kind of make a baby, right? And then I look at the spot. I need to look in the mirror. Let me look in this mirror right here. And I look at the darkest area, which is right in this corner, okay? And I'm gonna just start tapping it ever so lightly. And this brush is really fine and defined, I want you to see. Okay, so I am just ever so slightly tapping that little combination. I'm tapping into both of them and going right into the darkest area. And as you see, it's already kind of disappearing. And then I continue on. And you see it, what's cool about this, it's not only covering it here, it literally addresses the texture part. Because when you filter out acne scars, dark spots, or even put concealer on top of them, you tend to see texture. You could see that you're covering something. But with this, it literally starts to just look like the rest of the skin in the surrounding area, and that is what we want. What's different about Demi in comparison to a lot of other, like putting concealer on top of it, is that by midday it might move around. This is designed to stay in place. Okay, now remember, I am using this hybrid, which means I have my 3D foundation on my face, and now I am going in and I am kind of color correcting the spots. You could call it color correcting. We call it putting Demi hybrid with it. But really, this is not color correcting. This is filtering out specific areas. I'm gonna do a video. I know I did a video a while back just doing my whole face with Demi, but I prefer that I'm enjoying the 3D with the Demi. You don't need all the colors. If you have specific trouble areas, you can have the 3D foundation and just get a couple of colors for your spot. Now see this spot right here? I've always had that. See, this spot was new. Okay, so I wasn't used to it. And look, you can't even see. Like, hello, where's the spot? Where is it? Let's get a little closer. Let's get a little closer. Let's see. You could barely see it, okay? Now, if you want to set this with setting powder, you could, but even if you don't, it will stay in place. I've given this the heat test, the sweat test, the workout test. It stays put, so you can feel secure. A lot of women use this for the darker eye areas. Today I do have some concealer on, but I'm gonna address some other spots in the face. So for instance, I've always had that spot, right? It has also a lot of blue and purple. All right, so blue and purple, if you think of the opposite of the color wheel, which I wish I had in front of me right now, it would be yellowish orange. Okay, so I like this color for this type of thing. This is a yellowish orange right here. I forgot the name of this one. This one is, let me lift it up so I can see. This is OY1, okay? And as you see, I use these a lot. They get a lot of use with me, okay? And I use them on my clients as well when it comes to spots. So I'm just gonna do the same thing and tap that in the darkest area of that spot. And as you see, it's already disappearing. Now here's the thing with this. You need to be matched, because you can think in your mind, hey, you know, I can probably pick my own colors. You could, but I would say get a match with someone who has experience with this, because there's levels. There's levels to how blue something is. There's levels to how red something is. There's an intensity, okay? So if it has more of an intensity, we'll know what colors to recommend to neutralize it. And as you see, that spot is gone. Okay, I could put a little more there. Let me look in this mirror here because I'll see it better. But for the most part, it's gone. Okay, so we have this other one here. That one is straight green. This is looking green. So, and it's a soft green. It's not like hardcore green, but I could see that it's green. So I'm just going to use the RO5. Very lightly in the darkest areas. And then we take this side to kind of like diffuse it out. And as you see, that is disappearing right before my eyes. This is excellent for when you have discoloration in the face, when you have maybe acne spots or blemishes. And at first, when you're first learning it, it does take a little longer than regular makeup. This is not your fast 5-minute makeup. But once you get the colors in your head and you say, okay, for my spots in your face, in your specific face, you'll know what colors instant. You'll be like, bat, 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 and then you're done. We can also address the eyes. I'm going to switch it up from this brush for the smaller spots to this brush, which I absolutely love. And I like to use this for the eye area. And though I have pretty good coverage, see these little guys right here? I like to address them a little bit. So with them, I notice a lot of blue. Let's see what else I'm seeing here. Mostly blue here. Okay, so we are gonna take a little bit of that RO, and I find this just to be a little pink. So I'm gonna take the 03 and just place it in that area. Now remember guys, this is not your full coverage foundation, okay? This is to kind of neutralize the area so that the color doesn't stand out and distract us. A lot of times when we have discoloration in the face, instead of someone looking at our whole face, they just straight zoom at the spot or straight zoom at your bags under your eyes, and they're like, oh, why you look so tired? Even if you got like full sleep and everything. So this basically filters it out. So you can't think of it as like full coverage. Though I made this spot totally disappear, don't think that your whole face is gonna be like full coverage. This is actually so that your natural skin could kind of shine through. Like if you were just to use this by itself with no 3D foundation, you would have that perfect no makeup look, okay? But today I wanted to put on some makeup. So now I'm gonna set it with a little powder so that you guys could see how that looks. And I'm gonna take my 3D here. Hello princess. Look, I got a little dirty, but it's all right. This is highly used stuff here, highly used. I will not switch back to regular foundation, not when I can do all this, not when I can customize, not when I could get the look that I want. No way, you could not convince me. Okay, so now I'm going to press the powder into that area, into the little areas that I did Demi. I'm gonna take some of that under the eye because I like to do that on the forehead because I get shiny in my nose. And look, also I forgot one little spot right there. This was a scratch. My daughter scratched my nose the other day, and I was like, oh girl, I gotta cut your nails. Her nails are growing, like I just cut them, they just grow. All right, so since that's a scratch, I see a lot of red and it's healing. So it's leaning more to the purple side, okay? So I see some reds and I also see some purple. So we're gonna, if you think of the color wheel, the opposite of red is green and the opposite of purple is yellow. And we have a greenish yellow, right? That's this one right here. Let me get the color for you in case you wanna know. It's CY1, okay? It's like a greenish yellow. I'm tapping my brush in there. And this is actually the bigger brush. I wanna take the smaller brush. I'm gonna take some of that excess product off. And I'm going to just tap it lightly in that area, in the darkest and most intense part. And look at that. I love this stuff because you don't need a lot. This will last you also like forever. Not forever, but it'll last you a while because you're using just such a tiny amount. And again, it is a learning. Look, it is gone. Friends, you know I would never steer you wrong, guys. I tell you in advance, it is a learning curve. But if you're willing to learn it, and you're willing, let me blend this contour out a little bit though. It looks a little unblended. If you're willing to learn it, willing to try something new, willing to step out of your comfort zone and go for it, you will be impressed with this makeup. Even our 3D foundation, whether it's our 3D, that's this one that I'm always talking about. So beautiful, so gorgeous, love it. Every day you cannot get me to switch back to regular. And then hybrid it with the Demi, okay? What I'm gonna do later this week, I'm going to put these, my most used colors, which I'm gonna be honest with you, is this whole letter L right here. Those are my most used. I'm gonna put it in my regular kit to show you what a hybrid looks like. Instead of me going back and forth, they're both magnets. These are magnets and the 3Ds are magnets, so you can combine those two types of products into one palette, so you don't have to go back and forth, okay? You don't have to have, oh, I need a palette for this, I need to have a palette for that. I can put some of these in here and have everything I need at one access, and I think I'm gonna do that later this week and show you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna end it there. I'm heading out to a community festival in my neighborhood. Super excited because haven't been there in 2 years post-COVID, so excited to see some familiar faces and support my community. If you like a color match and you're interested in Demi or the 3D foundation, hit the link in the bio and it says color match form. Fill it out, okay? If in that specific area that you want a Demi color match, you're gonna write Demi, okay? You're gonna write that you're interested in Demi. What else? Or you can say you're interested in hybrid if you want the foundation, the 3D foundation that I'm always talking about, and Demi for specific spots. Or say if you just got a dark spot and you're like, girl, I need help with this dark spot, message me in my DM. You'll send me over a picture. I'll tell you how to take the picture for the best match. Okay, this is very important, all right? And then I can help you color match for your spots, acne, scars, blemishes, whatever the case, all right? I'm gonna end it there. Have a fabulous rest of your Memorial Day weekend. God bless and be good to each other always.